Hey guys, hey, it's your girl Queen,
And this is Heat.
and we are shooting the shit. Once again, how you guys feeling today?
We start every show the same way. Make sure you click like, subscribe, follow, comment,
follow.
share. We need to get those numbers up so we can start getting sponsors and do cool things.
Yeah, and do more and more and more. All right, today is a hard one for us today because
It's a serious topic.
yes.
And we have to tell you that due to guidelines, we have to be really careful with some of our language. It's a very serious topic that largely affects women, but that's not to say that it doesn't affect men. And that topic is
DV.
domestic violence. That's DV, but domestic violence. How about that, YouTube? Didn't see that coming. I got my bachelor's degree in forensic psychology. Thank you very much.
And you're doing well.
And flub use. Flub use. So we're going to be saying funny words, DV or schmabuse or something in a form like that. It'll keep the giggles out, but the topics are very serious. We just got to watch our words.
Yes. Would you like to lead with this one?
I'll go right with the statistics. According to the World Health Organization, nearly 1 in every 3 women are estimated to be about 840 women globally. 840 women globally have experienced a partner or sexual VIO, violence, during their lifetime. So this is a special topic for me. In addition to being a boxing coach, I also give speeches on DV around the country. I have an agent who books them, and I basically go into a room of people who donate to make women's shelters. And I was just recently down in North Carolina. There's one county, I'm going to write it down, I forgot the name of it, but it's got the number 1 rate of domestic violence in the country, right? So I went down there to speak to a group of 200 donors who help increase the women's shelter there. And every state has one. We have one in New York. Next month I'll be going to Boston. But I personally have experienced domestic violence quite a few times. And I'll go and I'll talk my experiences because they vary. Like being a victim of the A word, the A word, being that kind of victim, it doesn't always mean that your partner opens up his hand and slaps you in the face. Like I said, men are also victims too, because the way someone talks to you, manipulates you, takes your money, walks in and out of your life. We had an episode last week about somebody not replying to your text. That's kind of a form of manipulation, There are so many levels, and almost every time I give a speech and I walk out of the room, someone is hysterical crying, and they walk over to me and they say that, "You're the first person I'm telling that this is happening to me." And then because it's embarrassing. You're embarrassed. You feel like you're not a good enough partner, that it doesn't happen to anybody else. And the truth of the matter is 840 million globally.
And they're saying that the figure has barely changed since 2000 in a report published in November of 2025. The WHO said that in the last 12 months alone, 316 million women, 11% of those aged 15 or older, were subjected to physical or sexual violence by an intimate partner.
The World Health Organization report also said that intimate partner violence remains the most common form of abuse. 1 in 4 women. That means if we pulled another woman into this room, at least one of us, and 1 in 3 now, 1 in 4 women aged 15 to 49 has experienced physical or sexual violence from a partner, while 1 in 8 has suffered sexual violence from someone other than a partner. That means a complete stranger.
When it comes to domestic violence,
Yeah.
I never saw that in my household. My father never I would say that the women in my family do hit men or
My
have hit
mom
men.
does. My mom was the one who punched holes in the sheetrock, threw the hockey puck through the bathroom door. My mom was the screamer. My father, my birth father used to beat my mom. That's why he went to jail and I never met him. I never would call daddy my stepfather, but just, John Hardy would never even raise his voice in the house.
Yeah.
So it's really surprising that I let someone hit me, but I learned from my mom that eventually she got to a point, because she was a baby when she had me. She was 18. She was 17. She didn't know how to be a mom yet. By the time she got to my sister, she became like a fucking millionaire and the nicest person. She got McDonald's money now. But I learned through that people change. So whenever a guy would yell at me, hit me, push me, shove me, pull my hair, steal my phone, take my money, I would think like he just need to get to know me like my mom did.
See, I don't like it. It's different for me because, as I said, like with the women in my family, and when I say like they beat men, not like they just go and attack, but they're gonna fight back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
once you even attempt to try, and not only they fighting back, but like mom is coming from upstairs, cousin is coming from downstairs.
100.
Now we're literally jumping.
Yeah,
because
100.
we're not playing that.
100% of the fights in 38 Abbey Court, where I grew up, well, because my father didn't come home from work and went right to the bar. My mom would call the bartender, and my father worked at all the bars in the neighborhood, so they all knew if Linda calls, I'm not here.
Right.
So she'd call one bar. Linda just called. I told her you're not here. He'd quick run to the next bar because that's where my mom was going to go and check. So, every single time my mom flipped out, it was for a reason. She had 3 small kids at home, and she had to give up her life.
Yeah, even though it's not right
No.
on either end. But I think that's why to this day, like, I don't play like the hand hitting stuff. I don't play like don't talk to me too hard. Like, we can have a conversation. I'm not saying that we're not gonna argue and things are not gonna be said, but we're not gonna be playing that.
No,
because
'cause-
once you put your hands on me and you cross that line, it's done, finished, nada. There's no returning back.
No,
because
because-
I can't do a lifetime of licks. I can't do it.
You have women who, manipulate the men that love them, but you have men who bully women because we're smaller. I'll tell you, Blimp is the biggest guy I know. He's never even raised his voice to me, no matter how bad I pissed him off.
And I think it's an individual
They just
thing.
walk out. If I piss somebody off, most of the guys in this gym, I piss someone off, they turn around and walk out.
But I don't think all men hate women. I think it all depends on how
No.
you grow up. It depends on where you grow up and how and what you're taught about women. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men don't respect women, and a lot
also-
of women don't respect men. So that's how it ends up becoming physical. And once it reaches that point, then because I really feel like anybody, doesn't matter man or woman, once you put your hands on your partner, you no longer respect them.
No,
and
I
if you don't
know.
have respect for people in general, then what? What is there left?
Because what you allow will continue, and that's the truth. And if you allow them to raise their voice to you or yell at you, eventually that's not going to work anymore because you're going to be immune to it. It escalates. Violence escalates. I was in a situation once where I had hands around my neck so hard that I had finger mark bruises. That's how I really thought I was going to die. And I worked for the district attorney's office, and one of the DAs showed me a video. And she said, and I'm glad we retouch on this. If a man or a woman puts their hands on your neck, you're 800% more likely to die. And she showed me 3 videos of 3 women who said that they went from the man choking them and almost killing them and walking away. All 3 of them got lit on fire.
That's crazy.
All 3 of them got lit on fire. And they tell stories to other women, just like I do. I travel and tell women, because a lot of women don't know that a push, he don't love you. He's using you. She don't love you. You don't hit people you love. Bruce said that to me one day. He said, baby, why do you keep, dating guys who are hitting you? I'm looking at you with the bruises. I'm seeing how unhappy you are. And he said, people who love you don't hit you. And I thought about it, and I was like, wow, I never raised my hand to my daughter no matter how bad she pissed me off.
And I also feel like as a woman that fights, like a lot of people feel like, oh,
It's
how
the
do you
only way
allow
to
it?
control me.
Or like, like you're a fighter. Like, how do you let a man hit you? Like, I feel like man, woman, doesn't matter if you're a fighter or not a fighter. And yes, you have those that's not accepting it, but at the end of the day, it happens. It does not matter like what your job is. Like being a fighter don't make you too strong to get hit or
No,
too strong for
you
this.
can Google it, domestic violence professional fighters, and
There's
a
a lot.
list. There's a lot of us who've come out in the open and said that this is what's happening to me and I need help.
Some women start to compete or learn how to box or learn how to do jiu-jitsu or learn how to do things because they have been in DB situations. So I would say that like we as women, like we need to continue to learn how to protect ourselves. We need to learn how to respect ourselves, and we need to learn how to let other people respect us as well.
I
Like
always been.
one time is already too much.
It's like Sex and
You
the
gotta
City.
go.
Everybody's favorite character was Carrie, but in honesty, the real goat was Samantha.
Oh yeah, because she didn't
She
give
said like this. She said like this. Does he make you do this? Or does he make you do this?
As far as I'm concerned, the test of a good relationship is, are you like this or like this?
And that's how you can tell. So if he makes you do this, more than he makes you do this, you might want to reach out for a little bit of help.
Yeah.
Block him, delete her, get rid of it, whatever.
Yeah. In the United States alone, the Center for Disease Control, aka the CDC, found that nearly half of women, that's 45.1%, experience some form of contact sexual violence in their lifetime. And more than 1 in 6 men, that's 16.9% in the US, experience the same. They estimated that over a lifetime, 20.7 million men experience contact sexual violence, physical violence, and or stalking by an intimate partner.
You seen that whole thing with Johnny Depp and that blonde lady, like that she was. I don't remember if it was just the way she talked to him or
Was it one of his
is
partners?
it was his ex-wife Amber or something.
Oh, with the actress.
Yeah,
right?
the blonde
Yeah,
lady.
I forgot her
But
name.
he was abused by her. When you really love somebody, and I can say this, I have a child that I love unconditionally. When you have a partner and you love them, you want to make them happy, and when they yell at you or, withholding affection, like that's abusive. You're treating someone's daughter wrong, someone's son. If my daughter's boyfriend, if she was always calling me saying, Mommy, he don't call me back, he don't show up, he this, he that, I'd beat the shit out of him. That's my baby. Damn.
But they also do have to experience like light in dealing with that and making the right decisions for themselves. So I feel like we have to continue like talking to our little ones, friends, cousins, sisters, niece, nephews, just all the above about like how you want to be treated,
And you
right?
gotta
Or how
learn-
you should be treated.
You gotta learn the lessons, or else God's gonna keep sending these type of partners. I don't want to just say men because the men are gonna get a comment saying it happens to women too. God will send you that type of partner until you learn to see the red flags from the beginning. I'll tell a personal story. I'm not going to mention any names. I'm not going to mention any times, so you're never going to know when it happened or who it was. I was going to give one of my speeches on domestic violence, and I had gone on a couple of dates with this guy, and I was like, oh, do you want to come with me? We were dating. I had a 2-bedroom guest house, and I was like, we could get to know each other. We'll be there, travel, whatever. Turns out he was a massive drunk and an addict, and I didn't know it at the time, and punched me in the face, used me for the fight, stole my jewelry. I mean, I got it back, but like I was giving a speech on domestic violence and I still ignored the red flags. What were they? Didn't text me back, made me wait, and would only show up on his time, would be like, are you paying? There are red flags that I teach my girls to look for and walk away from and not let these people in your house. But you gotta learn the lessons too,
You have to learn.
I learned this time.
The red flags.
I
And when your friends tell you about them,
Yeah.
you have to pay attention.
Well, first of all, I'm not allowed to go on a date unless every single person in Gleason's gym has stamped his hands.
Yeah, because
Nobody wants to hear me anymore.
sometimes
I know. And I don't
sometimes her
blame nobody.
glasses kind of goes to a darker shade, and so she's not seeing well, and this is the problem.
No, I wake up in the morning, you know what
I
my
have
alarm says?
20/20.
Bad boys, bad boys.
I have 20/20, and I'll be telling this bitch.
All right,
But-
listen. Truth ball time. Nope, I'm
Nope.
gonna fall. Nope. Next episode, we'll do that one. Let me give this a little read. Queen, you can go first. If you could have a superpower, what would it be? I would like to read people's minds.
Really?
So you couldn't waste my time, couldn't rip me off, couldn't piss me off.
I think for me, I would go back in time. I wish I could reverse back in time and just kind of erase a couple of people.
That's a good superpower to have, but I'd still want to read minds because then we wouldn't. I'd be like, oh, you're bad. Fuck out of my face. Get out of my house.
Okay, let's see. The most embarrassing thing your parents have caught you doing. Have caught me doing embarrassing? I don't think my parents ever caught me doing anything like embarrassing.
I was drunk and had sex in my yard once, and my mother was like, Anna!
Did she caught you doing that?
Well, she didn't actually catch. She just saw. I was in the yard.
catching.
It was like 1 a.m. I didn't know she was up. She's in the kitchen making a sandwich. Open up the window.
Sex while your mother's in the house?
I was in the yard.
It's still the house. Like, what do you mean? You was in the yard.
That was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, that is out of mine. Oh my! No, you're
With my turn. All right. The most ridiculous thing you've ever done to avoid a social situation.
I mean, sometimes I see this man. People probably like think about. Sometimes I see people coming. If I see you down the block coming and I don't feel like it, trust me. Moving to the left. Moving to the left.
I don't really
I
get.
just don't be in the mood sometimes.
I don't really make up lies. Like one of the guys just became a world champion and he had a big party and he invited me to the party and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. But then during the day, my friend wanted to come over and go in the pool. I didn't make it to the party. I fell asleep. Next day, he's like, Heather, why didn't you come? I said I wanted to have a pool party. Like, you can't get mad at people for living their life, you know.
You're right. For being honest. All right. What's the crazy thing you've done after getting really drunk?
I already said have sex in my mom's yard.
You probably have too much story. I would say my one story is that there was a birthday that I had. Went to this bar place. All my friends, we went to drink. Boom, boom. To be honest, and so obviously, it's your birthday, so everybody's giving you drinks. I must have mixed something in some type of way, because to be honest, I don't even remember. I remember getting in the cab. I don't remember like coming out the cab, putting the buzzer to go into my door, to go into the building. I don't remember getting into my apartment. And apparently, so I have like this big like fur jacket, and apparently I decided to just sleep like on the floor. Literally, like my bedroom door is right here. I decided to like just, let me just lay down here. And my niece came out and she was scared shitless. Like, oh my God, there's a bear. Like,
Yeah.
and so when I woke up in the morning, like she's like, oh, Auntie was on the floor because she was drunk and she didn't blah.
I have too many stories. Maybe one time, me and my friends, when I was in college, went to this girl's house, dragged her out, and we were jumping her. And the mom came out and jumped in, and she only had one arm, so she was hitting me. And I'm like, Melissa, she's ew!
Not with the nub.
Yeah, we were free. We were drunk, and I was like 17, 18. Forget about it. Having sex in my mom's yard. The amount of times I've had to have my doorman carry me into my apartment, open the door with the keys. I've left. We have this thing called the traveling J-Loo bag. And back when I was fighting, you remember that? I used to have this big gold J-Loo bag. But I'd always hang it on the thing under the bar. There's little hooks. Every Friday night, I'd have to call the restaurant and be like, is my bag there? Yep. And I'd have to go and pick it up. All right, that's around for the drunk stories.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming to see us today. As always, please like,
Comment, follow,
comment.
share. We're going to leave links in the description for resources, and
Definitely.
please feel free to reach out if you feel like you need help, because it's easier for me to talk it out with you than be carrying you and putting you in the ground.
On that note,
Deuces.